guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little special because my dad, my padre, the man who helped give me life, is showing me how to can today. And what are we canning, you may ask? Chicken broth. Chicken broth and chicken. And canned chicken is good for like chicken salad, if you're gonna put chicken in a soup or a pasta, any kind of shredded thing you would use shredded chicken for. Canned chicken is really good for that. So that is what we're doing today. My dad had to run a quick errand, but while he's running the errand, I went ahead and started the process because I don't know how to do it, but I do know that we have to make chicken broth to can chicken broth. So I'm making chicken broth. I'll show you. So I had this whole chicken in my freezer and we are going to boil the water, and that's how you make broth, is boil chicken. And chicken broth is pretty good for you, so especially if you make it yourself and don't buy it processed. But yeah, before we get started with the canning process itself, we have to make the broth. So that is what we are doing now. When my dad gets back, I will introduce him to you guys. Alright, so Dad just salted and peppered it, and I'm about to put these two little chicken bouillon cubes in there. So we actually went and got some chicken that was on sale at Ramey's, so we're making another pot as well. So this is just a big bag, a 10-pound bag of leg quarters, and we're gonna make broth out of it. We salt and peppered it, and we put some chicken bouillon cubes in there, and we're just gonna cook it down.
I'm going to get it out.
Alright, this one is done. So we're going to pull the chicken out and let it cool before we debone it.
The old pressure cooker out. Let's see, let me get a I'm getting old, Charity.
Nah.
Well, in my canner, I'll put about a gallon of water in the bottom. And I'm putting hot water just to keep it, just to speed up the process a little bit. And we go ahead and turn it on and get it heating up. I'll put it on about 8. And what we'll have to do, we'll have to or what I like to do anyway. I may have to have a bigger bowl. Let me get a bigger bowl. What we're going to do, we're just going to strain this, get all the bigger pieces out of it.
It smells good.
Okay, so this is what we're going to be using to put the chicken broth in. We have 4-quart ball mason jars, and they have been washed, but you don't have to sterilize them because the pressure cooker will do that for you, so you don't have to pre-sterilize. And then we have these rims, and these have been used before, but you can reuse the rims on the jars. And not all lids are created equal. The Golden Harvest lids and then the Ball brand lids are really good. No problems with these for canning. You have to be careful. Some of the brands will buckle on you, but these and the ball have been good to us.
Yeah, these are ones we've used that seem to work pretty good.
Here we're just putting hot water in it to make the jars warm so they don't bust when you put them in the canner.
All I'm doing is, I got a funnel. It's good to have a funnel and a ladle. And all I do is take the broth. We're going to fill it up out in a jar that's not completely cold. I don't want them to bust. And very seldom do I have one bust in the pressure cooker, but every now and then you'll get one that's just weak or something. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, you want to fill it up to right to the edge of that bottom right there. Give it a little head space is what they call it, I think. Alright, I'm going to put a little vinegar in my water. That way it'll help, because sometimes it has a little haze on the outside, and it helps also with the oil, if some of the chicken oil gets in there.
Gotcha.
What you want to do, you want to wipe off the rim. Okay? You don't want anything on the rim. Ooh, that's hot. Because you won't get a good seal.
Right.
And what I do, or what I like to do, I like to get a little vinegar. Vinegar seems, if it's got any oil on it, it'll get that oil off. It won't seal too good if it's got oil on it. Yes. I'm going to put a lid. These are the lids.
Oh my
So they got the
gosh.
little,
Mom,
that's what seals. What you want to do, you want to put it,
Mama.
screw it on. And remember, these are real hot, so just be careful. And just finger tight. Don't have to, you don't have to bear down on it.
Okay.
10 seconds.
Just get it on there about where it stops, and then just a little bit more. Too tight, it'll keep it from sealing, and it'll buckle. And then what you do, I've had this heating up over here. Hopefully it won't be too hot. And I can put that in there, and hopefully they won't crack. I think I can put seven quarts in it. And then I can also do like 16 pints, because I can stack the pints. Now what we want to do, what we're going to do, get a little Earl. What I like to do, it just seems to help, pour a little oil on a napkin. I like to go around the rim of this. This is a Presto cooker. Some of the newer models don't even have gaskets anymore. It's just metal to metal. And you definitely have to put oil on them, but that's nasty. It's just from that old oil. What I do, you'll notice it's got a wide gap right there. It's got a wide ring right there too, so that's where it fits in. You set it down in there, and what you want to do, you're going to turn on it, and then you twist it like that till it shuts. That seals it.
Okay.
Alright, this is your air vent. You want to make sure that's always I've used this a good bit here the last few days, so I know my vent's open. And basically what it does, it's going to start venting out air, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Alright, if you notice, I don't know if you can see the steam. You can turn this off. No, that don't help.
I can see it in the
Can you
camera.
see it in the camera? See how it's steaming real hard? We've been steaming this for close to 10 minutes. Once it starts steaming real good, you're supposed to let it do for 10 minutes. Sometimes I don't let it go a whole 10 minutes. But my little thing just popped up. Watch out, little girl. My gauge is starting to go up some. And so I go ahead, since I think all the air is pushing out steam real good. You can hear it every once in a while pop. That's just water coming out and hitting on the hot surface. So it's going to make a lot of noise. It's going to be scary. And I always like to look around my rim, make sure ain't nothing's leaking. And then I got a weight here. Not real sure what size weight. We've had this for 30 years probably. Well, not quite that long, but at least 25. My wife could tell you. But basically you just put it on there, and that way it pressures this up. What you want to do, you want to watch your gauge. At our altitude is 1,000 feet, is below 1,000 feet altitude. So if you're below 1,000 feet, you only have to get it up to 10 to 11 pounds of pressure. What I like to get it on up to about 12 or somewhere up in there, and then I'll turn it and regulate my stove, because this electric stove is kind of hard to regulate the heat until I get it where you don't want it to go below 10. You don't want it to go below, if it goes below 10, you got to start over. So you want to keep it regulated so it's somewhere between 10 and 12 or somewhere up in there. And we'll do that for once it gets up to that pressure. I always set my clock. I got a timer here, and we're going to go 35 minutes. I think it's 35. I'll have to go check, but I'm pretty sure it's 35. And I'll show you once it gets to the 10, I'm going to mash my start and start my timer, and then we'll let it go for those 35 minutes. And you can see it's almost already to 10 right now. In fact, in just another few seconds, I'll go ahead and see it's on 10 now. I'm going to go ahead and start my timer. Boom. Alright. And then I'm going to watch this, and when it gets up to about 12, I'm going to turn my stove down a little bit. Go ahead and turn it down to about 6. I turn it back down on my stove. I turn it down to about 6. I'm going to turn this up and let it.
Timer has gone off.
So basically what we do, we turn the oven off, turn the heat off of it, and you see the pressure's gotten up to a little over 12, about 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. You don't want to take this off because it's still got pressure. It's got that much pressure in it. So what you do is you let it cool, and this gauge here, it'll go all the way down to 0. Once it goes all the way down to 0, we'll come back. You take that off, then you can open it up, take your jars out, and we'll do that when that happens. Alright. Pressure has gone down, all the way down. So you can take the top off, and there's no pressure. And you want to be careful. I've already loosened it because I want to go ahead and loosen it before we start filming. But you want to always open this away from you, because the steam will come out there and melt your face off. You don't want your face, no, that will hurt you. And what I do, another thing, I do it down, see the water dripping off of it? I don't know if you can see the water dripping off of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're barefooted and you drip some of that water on your toes, trust me, you do not want to do that. Put that off to the side. I need to find my, there it is. I heard one of them clink already. Just get your little jar holder there. I always get a couple of pot holders, put up under it so it don't drip on my toes. Again, hot boiling water on your toes is not good. And we've only done 4 this time, so. What's going to happen, they'll start cooling off, and see them, the little bubble on top right there, it'll pop in. You'll hear it pink. And
This is the one that's already done it, right?
right, but it still needs to seal.
So you can see the indentation.
Mama
Right.
Charity.
So I leave the tops on for 24 hours. And then after 24 hours, you can take the lids off, or the rims off, and they'll be sealed. So, just like these, this is some stew meat that I had done up. See, I don't have the rings on them, but they're still sealed. And that's all you do.
Alright guys, so this is what we ended up with. This is actually the next day. We ended up yielding 10 quart jars of chicken broth, which is awesome, and 5 quart freezer bags of the shredded chicken. I would say it was a very productive day. Okay, so I just want to take a second and thank my dad for allowing me to film this video, and also for teaching me how to do it. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited about all of this. And I also want to thank you guys for watching. You could have clicked on any other video, but you chose to click on this video, and it really does mean a lot to me. I don't say it often enough in my videos, but it really does mean so much to me that you would choose to watch my videos. So I really, really appreciate you guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment below, have you ever canned before? What were your experiences? Do you enjoy it? Is it for the birds? Let me know. Introduce yourself if you're new. Comment anyway if you're not new. I love talking to you guys in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It helps my channel out so much, and it's free for you guys, which is awesome. And you can also follow me on Instagram if you want to keep up with me and my family on a daily basis. That's also where I put like updates for YouTube, sneak peeks of what videos are going to be in the future, if a video is going to be late, which is pretty rare. But you know, that's where you can keep up with us on a day-to-day basis. I share a lot about Down syndrome over there, because if you don't know, my son has Down syndrome, so I share a lot of that. I post a lot of like checklist motivation and cleaning motivation on my Instagram, so if you want that on a daily basis, definitely go over there and check it out. My handle on Instagram is Momming with Charity. I hope that everyone has a fantastic day. I don't know exactly when I'm going to post this video, so I don't know if it's going to be beginning of the week or end of the week, so whatever time of the week it is, I hope that it's amazing for you guys. I hope that it's productive for you guys. And yeah, love you guys. Bye.